one of the little girls named Amanda, she came in there going into K. She was 4 at the time. She did not speak any English at all.
Wow.
She comes from a single mom who needed to work and needed daycare for her child all day long. She wanted her daughter to learn to socialize, you know, be interactive and learn to talk better. So her requirement for us was to only speak English for her to learn, which she did. It took a couple of months to develop, but now she's good with numbers. She can speak correct sentences. She doesn't struggle a lot or stutter a lot to speak, to get her point across. She is more interactive and more social active with the kids, and academically wise, she has advanced a lot because she was behind for her grade level.
Okay, wow. Has you gotten any negative feedback or positive feedback? What do the parents overall? What do they think of the YMCA system?
The majority of my parents say positive things about the YMCA in general, not specifically Oak Hill, but in general, because it's considered a family program.
Okay.
So they like that we treat their kids as they're part of the family, and you know that we do have that extracurricular activities to encourage them to have better environments than just being alone at home all day long.
That's true.
And teaching them, you know, through arts and crafts or extracurricular activities, how to stay away from different things that they can do home alone. So.
And the YMCA, they what is it? There's like four main mottos or something, or there's four like what is it?
It's her character development, and there's caring, responsibility, honesty, and respect, that's what we teach through arts and crafts or scenarios. Reread books on behavioral, you know, like, you know, obeying, you know, not tattletelling, listening the first time, not whining. We use little scenarios, you know, like books where they do arts and crafts too, that teach them, you know, we have them come up and show us, you know, does this scenario look better or this scenario look better, based on, like, you know, which one's negative and which one's positive.
Okay, wow. I know also one thing that I know the parents like about us compared to, like, say, the Boys and Girls Club, or what's the one next door?
On Track program.
On Track program, is that there's 3 of you guys, and there's how many kids we have right now?
26.
26. That's a pretty good ratio for a lot of one-on-one time. Can you touch a little bit on that as far as just, you know, the quality that the YMCA provides?
Okay. We do have licensing rules that say, you know, depending on the size of the room is how much your capacity is for. My capacity, I'm licensed for 40 children. Our ratio is 1 to 14, so like one teacher with 14 children alone. The reason why we have limited numbers is because it's easier to give individual attention. Many of our kids do need a lot of individual attention, and compared to a on-track program where there's like 180 kids, they can't really have, you know, one-on-one time for the homework, or, you know, get everybody to do the same thing at the same time, because they have to maintain 180 kids on one page. Like, I can give an example. One of my boys named Jaden, he's a kinder, he's behind academically, but it's easier for us to give him one-on-one, which mom appreciates because mom doesn't have time to do homework with him. So the fact that we're less numbers gives us more time to be interactive with the kids, play freeze tag, you know, be involved with the kids, give them the attention they need, even though it's hard sometimes. But it produces more closeness in the relationship with the children.
Oh, okay. Now, do you receive any type of benefits of any sort at the YMCA?
I do.
Like health care? Yeah?
I do receive health insurance.
Okay. Is that pretty much just the basic one? Like, what about dental? Does that include dental or no?
I have dental, I
Okay.
have vision, and then medical.
The medical?
The medical, and that's
Okay.
all I have.
Do you ever receive any, like, bonuses or anything like that? Pay raises or
I do not receive any bonuses, I wish. But no, we get salaries every November. When our reviews come up, our salaries increase, starting off at 25 cents.
Okay. How long have you been working right now at the YMCA?
I've been working at the YMCA for a year and a half now.
And okay, so a year and a half. What are some of the highs and lows of been working there? Like, what's something that you just really enjoy, you got out of it, and maybe what's a low that you kind of, I don't know. I mean, you've been there a year, so you've had to learn some things, you've had to adjust.
Okay. I'll start off with the positive.
Okay.
With the positive, I really enjoyed working with kids who really need a lot of love, and that need attention because they come from homes where a parent's working all day long and then they go home, do more homework, and then go to sleep. So it's been really enjoyable to be interactive with them and teach them and try to encourage them and show them different ways, and just especially with my kids who have behavioral problems, that takes a lot of patience to be with them and takes a lot of courage to be able to persevere with them. But
the truth.
The fact that you're able to make a difference in their life has been very enjoyable. The negative side, we are a lot of workers there, so communication sometimes can be bad, just because it's many workers, 16 YMCAs. We all have to stay on the same page. Paperwork sometimes gets turned in and it gets lost, and so you have to a lot of things you have to learn on your own because people can't really teach it to you. It's just one of those things that you learn on your own. So that's just been one of the negatives right there. Learning things that it could have been a lot easier if they would have taught you or showed you how it worked, instead of you figuring things out and you're making mistakes and then having to redo it 10 million times more. Just trying to be able to get to know more people, because they do require for us to have relationships with teachers at school, with bosses, administrators, with the main director of the entire YMCA. So it's really hard to communicate with everybody when there's a million things you have to do at your side, and on top of that at the admin building. So.
Why would not a parent want maybe their relatives or their older maybe some older siblings? Can you give us some background maybe why a parent wouldn't want relatives, friends, older siblings to watch over their kid and have us?
I won't say names, but I will give an example of a child who I have in 4th grade. He has older brothers, 26, 27 years old. They're not in good conditions. And because of historical background, moms are afraid that generation could keep happening the same as brothers, which consequences are like jail, being in gangs, and mom does not want the youngest child to, be in the same situation.
By that.
So for her, it's easier and better to bring the child to a daycare where he can learn stuff that's not on the streets and grow in that area, so he won't grow up like brothers.
Okay. So I mean, we're doing the YMCA and these after school programs are doing such a big job for families, and especially nowadays in this type of economy, because things are so difficult right now, and those parents need to work those hours, but kids also need a safe place to come to. So
one of the negative sides to them being in daycare all day long is that when they go home, they're used to getting their own way as long as they're not bugging parents. So when they come to us, it's difficult dealing with them because they want it their way too, because they're at home, parents are tired, so they don't want to deal with it, so they just give them whatever they want. And with us, it doesn't happen that way because we can't satisfy 27 kids in one small room. So that's pretty much the negative side to a child being in a daycare all day long, especially kinders. My kinders are the ones that are there the longest, and they're the ones that leave almost to the end, till almost 6 o'clock. And those are the ones, they get tired, they get whiny, they get frustrated, and they just get all rowdy. But to the positive side, we do a lot with them, and we help parents out with the homework time and the reading time, etc. So it has its pros and cons.
So they need that structure. A lot of them aren't receiving that at the house, right?
Yeah.